What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is Saaraus here coming at you, and today I have for you guys a little Holy Paladin raiding guide with a little more hands-on video footage, me going through exactly what heals I'm using in what situations, when to use cooldowns, all this kind of good stuff. And this is coming to you guys by request. I had a few people leave comments on previous videos for me to just get into this sort of thing to be a little more helpful for Holy Paladins specifically. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, let's take a look at this first footage here. We're on Warcraft here. I have the Death Knight tank beaconed, which is taking hits right now. And as you can see, I am actually healing the other tank, which is the warrior here that you see. I'm holy lighting him, 100% transfer rate over to the Death Knight tank. And even though the Death Knight takes the one that's actually tanking, I'm still healing the warrior because of that 100% transfer rate. It's really nice to do that. So also I'm holy radiancing here for the stomps on the ranged pile. But yeah, keep that in mind that even if the other tank is not taking damage, you can still heal him with holy light, and that will be 100% transferred to the tank that is taking damage. All right, for this clip, I'm showing using a holy radiance here on the range, then using a holy radiance on the melee after a stomp. Doing the same thing again here, holy radiance, and then the tank drops below 40%-ish, right around the 40% range. So quick divine light and 3 stack of holy power up, and bam, getting right back up to full health. Generally, what I also do when I have 2 tanks tanking is that I beacon one, and I try and use cooldowns and heal the second tank with smaller heals like Holy Light, maybe with Wings popped, with Divine Guardian possibly, or Guardian of Ancient Kings. This will help have it to where I don't use as much mana. Then when in turn the tank that I do have beaconed is taking a lot of damage, I'll be more inclined to use Flash of Light and Divine Light to build up that holy power. Alright, this next little clip is going to be showing you the awesome powers of Holy Radiance. And also, guys, if you're on Ultraxian, tell your raid leader, give me the blue buff. Give me the buff from Caligos, because this 75% reduced cost to your spells and the 100% increase in haste is absolutely ridiculous for Holy Paladins. We can just absolutely own with Holy Radiance. I mean, this spell is just ridiculously awesome. It got a major buff in 4.3. We can now spam it. I mean, it does have a cast time now, but you can spam it, and it's targetable. So this means if you're stacked into 2 piles, you have a ranged pile and a melee pile, make sure you know, big AoE damage goes out, bam, hit your melee pile, bam, hit your ranged pile, and everyone's getting the radiating glory that is Holy Radiance. Alright, this clip here is showing you a little bit of multitasking here. I've stacked up 3 holy power, and I know this ball is coming to do a big AoE damage to everyone here in this pile, and I save it up, bam, right there, Light of Dawn. So guys, remember, just keep in mind when you think a large amount of AoE damage is coming in, just know how you're going to deal with it. For this fight, I unfortunately had to heal the tank, heal my group, and also do dispels, which can be kind of difficult to do all that, especially because the tank in this fight can take a crap ton of damage towards the end. But you can see there, I have the tank beaconed, and as he's taking that really massive damage there right before the ball is absorbed, you know, you can spam Flash of Light right there. Anytime a tank is below 40%, 35, 40%, don't be afraid. Spam that Flash of Light 2-3 times, however many times it takes to get up to 3 stack holy power. Bam, hit him with that Word of Glory. Alright, this clip here is showing you guys the beauty of Beacon of Light. The tank is topped off, but I have another DPS here that's taking a little bit of moderate damage. He's not down that far, you know, he's 60% or so. Just Holy Light. Holy Light, Holy Light. You can chain them together. They don't cost much. 100% transfer rate to your tank. It's beautiful. Alright, this clip here is showing just massive amount of tank damage here coming out of nowhere. I didn't even realize that this was coming. This was one of the first times we did this boss. Flash of Light, Flash of Light, Flash of Light, Divine Light. You know, Flash of Light first to get him up to around 50 to 60%, and you can hit him with a Divine Light, and by that time you have your 3 stack of Holy Power, Word of Glory right there. And generally, I'm a bit slow. When I see that massive amount of damage, I'm a bit slow to pop a cooldown just because I'm just too worried about getting the heal off. So a lot of times I will heal, and then I'll pop a cooldown right afterwards when they're topped off. So try not to do that. I do that from time to time because it's just kind of habit. But try and keep in mind, if you're going to pop a cooldown, pop it when you need it, not directly after you need it. All right, here we have one of our raid members that's very, very low. He's actually trapped in ice, so I can't heal him yet. But as soon as he becomes available, flash of light, get him up, and then, you know, just go right back to the tanks topping off. So Holy Light the other members of the raid, and, you know, just kick it back, you know, little easy Holy Light healing action. All right, here I'm going to be showing you guys a really good time to be able to use your Hand of Sacrifice cooldown. This is right when Hour of Twilight is coming here on Ultraxian, and I know that our Death Knight tank is going to be taking a big chunk of damage here, so I'm going to hit him with the Hand of Sacrifice, hit my nice shiny purple button, and help out with some of that damage mitigation there. A quick word I want to get out about cooldowns, healing cooldowns. We have a lot at our disposal. We have Guardian of Ancient Kings, Divine Favor. We have Wings or Avenging Wrath. Also, we have Hand of Sacrifice, which is nice. You also can bubble, but I don't recommend that. You can, you know, Hand of Protection someone. I generally save that for at the request of a tank because I don't want to do it without them realizing it. Then, you know, all heck breaks loose, and who's to blame when, you know, a mage gets spanked in the face because the tank lost aggro because I bubbled him. So yeah, don't do that. One other cooldown I did forget to mention is Aura Mastery, and it's a pretty cool one as it allows you to use it for physical damage mitigation or magical damage mitigation, and this depends on, of course, what aura you have, whether it be the elemental resist or the armor buff. I believe it's devotion aura. So, but what I do is I get with my shaman, and this helps if you have a friendly, nice shaman, and I normally whisper him before each fight and let him know which totem to throw down that will help me, so that way I can pick the opposite aura, so that way for aura mastery at a time of need I can use it, and it'll help out the raid in this situation. But anyway, cooldowns. In regular mode progression, for the most part, I use my cooldowns at my own discretion. When you think they're needed, use them. You know, once you've seen a fight a few times, you know where the damage is coming, although sometimes on a tank, especially when you're dealing with the Death Knight tank, the damage can be a bit unpredictable with the way that their damage works. So use them when you need them, and, you know, don't be afraid. You can set up a macro to have a /say if you want, even. That's very informative and helps other people in your raid, as long as they're not annoyed by the spam of it. I have some macros that go off that say when I'm using different spells, this kinds of things, just to kind of give a heads up. But remember, in hard modes, your cooldowns are going to save you, so make sure you either work with your head healer, work with your raid leader he'll call out when you need them. A tank might call out when he needs a cooldown, something like that. All right, I got one or two more things I want to go over here. First off, something that really doesn't need all that much mention, Holy Shock. Use it often, all the time, on cooldown. Yes, you know, no, but it's nice. Build that holy power. You know, no one's perfect. I know I sure as heck am not, and I don't use it all the time. I try to remember. You know, I even have a nice little thing on my screen that tells me when it's up. I still forget, but use it as much as possible. It's definitely worth it. Use it on the tank, use it on raid members, whatever, doesn't matter. Judgment, there has been a change in Judgment and 4.3. We're not using it on cooldown. Excuse me. We're not using it on cooldown, but we do need to use it at least once a minute to keep up Judgments of the Pure. Now, it only needs to be done once a minute, but for one thing, it's a habit of mine to do it every time Judgment's off cooldown. So it still happens from time to time, and it's really not too bad of a thing as long as you can spare the global cooldown, because sometimes I find that if I wait too long, I'm in an intense situation and I don't have the time to use it, and there goes my 30% increased spirit and also the increased haste. So use that as your own discretion, and use Holy Shock as much as possible. Alright guys, so pretty much to sum everything up here, we have, you know, you're going to beacon one tank, and if you have two tanks going on, make sure that it's a good idea to try and use cooldowns on your non-beacon tank and heal him with Holy Light and Holy Shock, Divine Light, if really needed. Then when the other tank grabs aggro, that's your time to save your cooldowns. And since you've had saved mana from using Holy Light and Holy Shock and Word of Glory, you're going to be using Divine Light, Flash of Light if needed. Try not to, but, you know, like I said, don't be afraid to if you need it. You don't want the tank to die, because that's, for the most part, a tank dying is going to be on a Holy Paladin. So make sure you keep them up. Other than that, tank is topped off. If you have your tank beacon and he's topped off, go ahead and move on to other raid members, you know. Holy Light, other raid members. Holy Shock, other raid members. Once a tank starts taking damage again, you can go right back to him. Tank gets below 60%. I'm looking at using a Divine Light, regardless of whether it's he's the beacon tank or not. I'm looking at using a Divine Light. He drops below 50% to the 40% range, 35-40. I'm looking at using a Flash of Light. Possibly 2 in a row real quick, like, and using a Word of Glory when I get to 3 Holy Power. Any kind of AoE damage, if you can see it coming, if you know it's coming, try and save up the Holy Power. Get ready for Light of Dawn. That does transfer to your beacon target. Holy Radiance, overpowered. Well, I don't know if it's overpowered, but it's definitely way better powered than Holy Paladins have ever had AoE healing in the past. So use it. Use it on the, you know, the range pile, melee pile, however your group does it. If you're all grouped up, all the better. Just use it, use it, use it. Use cooldowns where needed. Hand of Sacrifice is a fun one. I try and use it on cooldown. It's really nice. Just a little, makes the healing a little easier. I'll use that one a lot of times as a cooldown for my non-beacon tank to be able to just use Holy Lights on him. I think that's about all I can think of, guys. If there's anything else you can think of I may have missed, leave a comment, send me a message, whatever. Yeah, other than that, you know, like the video, please, guys, subscribe. And also, at the bottom of the video, leave me a comment if you guys are playing Star Wars, The Old Republic at all. I started playing it recently. I have a 33 Trooper, I believe, now. Playing with Ruined Gaming on the Crucible Pits, which is a lot of fun. So, yeah, just leave me a comment and tell me what you think of Star Wars, if you've been playing it. You prefer WoW, you're going back to WoW, you quit WoW, you know, whatever. Just leave me a comment and let me know what's up. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.